Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple days since I did one of these, and I'm going to build some websites here. Well, I'm going to build one today for a company named BiciVibras. I went to the Thursday market earlier in the week, or should I say last week, and basically did a little bit of networking. Got a couple businesses. I should have put it on camera, but it is what it is. I got a couple businesses to say that they wanted websites. Okay, I went there with the sole purpose to see if I can get a few people to agree to be building free websites. And mission success. I actually got a couple. So I got a few episodes for y'all. And today is going to be an episode for a couple, very lovely couple, who have a electric bicycle company. They actually have a few different companies they operate here in Panama, but their electric bicycles are the one that they kind of want a flagship. So that's the one we're going to build a website for. All right. Well, as you can see, I already made a file here for them. Actually, I did this a couple days ago. Sorry if it's a little windy. I'll try and edit that out, but I don't even have the fan on, so be thankful. It's hot in here in Panama. But what I did was I did a little crafty thing. I took some pictures of them, right? And I told them, hey, I can make these pictures talk. Matter of fact, I'll just show you. So this is one of the owners. It's a husband and wife. This is obviously the husband. And I took a still picture of them, right? Just a picture. And I told them, I said, hey, I can make it to where you guys talk from just this photograph. And they were like, please. So I sent this to them. Now, granted, it may sound very AI, and to those who know better, perhaps, but to the untrained eye, to people who don't mess around at all in this genre, this is very impressive.
Hey, I'm Tim, co-owner of BiciVibras in Coronado. Our goal is simple: give people an awesome way to explore the area with our electric bike rentals. Omnipresence is helping us bring the business online with a new website and better visibility so more tourists and locals can find us. We're really looking forward to the growth this brings. So if you're watching this, pull the trigger. Well, figuratively speaking.
Cool, right? All right, I made one of his wife as well. All right, so this is the one of his wife.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, co-owner of BiciVibras here in Coronado, Panama. We started BiciVibras so people could experience the beach and the town in a fun and eco-friendly way on electric bikes. Now we're working with Omnipresence to build our new website and help more visitors discover us online.
Look at the wrinkles.
So, if you're watching this, Stephanie, Devo told me to tell you that he's ready to get started when you guys are.
Now, of course, their voices don't sound like that, and if I were to record their voices, I could have actually had their correct voices in play as well. But just to give y'all an idea of what I've been up to. So these are the people I'm going to be making the website for. Now, if y'all want to learn how to make videos like that, I can do a little tutorial on that stuff too. Just go ahead and comment or leave a comment, should I say, and let me know, and I can kind of show y'all how to do that. I actually did that with HeyGen. I would have done it with Sora, but Sora shut down. RIP Sora, man. All right. Well, anyway, let's get to it. Let's not take all this time making these websites like we usually do. Okay. So first things first, you want to get some information, right, of the company. Usually, it depends on how you want to do it. For me, I already have the information I need. They sent me a bunch of pictures, or a decent amount of pictures. I already have their social medias and things like that. So it's more than enough to get started. All right, so this is where the magic happens. Come here to Lovable, and I'll let Lovable know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to make the prompt, and then I'll pop back in with y'all. All right, so as you can see, I put a couple of the pictures here, the logo and all that stuff. I said I want to make a website for the company. They are an electric bike rental company that operates out of Coronado, Panama. Small business, husband and wife owned. They currently have 5 bikes, but they might have 6, I'm not sure. 5 bikes in total, and are in a pristine condition. Attached is a few files with pictures and information on the company and product. I want to write a prompt for Lovable to create a very modern and sleek website that reflects the vibe of the company. Make sure to keep the colors conducive with the logo and overall theme. The logo will be put here as well for you to see. talking to Lovable. Now, obviously, there's a lot of typos in this because, stupid phone. I don't even know how some of that crap happens. So, tis what it is. I'll fix some of these. But honestly, even if you make some spelling errors, who cares, right? ChatGPT understands and will fix it accordingly. It is AI after all. So you hit Bing and let it do its magic. Alright, so as you see, it created let me know that it created the prompt. Lovable master prompt. Alright, build a modern and sleek website. Small tourist business called BiciVibras. Perfect. So it's got all the information. You like to read over everything. It adds its own little taste there, which is fine. It's great. Alright, design style, overall design should feel similar to Apple style simplicity. This is correct. Modern tourism websites. Okay? Clean Airbnb style layout. Yes. These are all things that are familiar. You want the most familiarity with it, because when you go there, then they're gonna feel at home, they're gonna feel like they know it already. Funny enough, when we was talking to the gentleman the husband that runs the company, I told him about Omnipresence and things like that, and I was explaining one of the commercials, and he's like, yo, I think I've heard of Omnipresence. I'm not sure if he's seen the commercial or not. One of the commercials that I put out did get a lot of views out here, like 26,000 views, which isn't a terrible amount, but Coronado and the area is small. It got a lot of views, and he might have seen it. He might have had seen it. I explained it to him. He was like, I think I've seen that, which is really cool, right? That solidifies. The whole goal is to put yourself in a position where people see that. But I thought that was kind of cool. He might not have seen it. He might have just been like, oh, yeah, you sure have. Best believe that's what I did. But maybe he did see it. I don't know. But, my point is the familiarity. You want to be something that someone recognizes. You want people to be like, oh, I know you, or I know that. I've seen it before. Use large photography sections showing the bikes. Okay, so basically a gallery. Color palette. Primary blue, ocean blue. Pale green, it's got the numbers, sun yellow, sand beige. Okay. And it's got the typograph. Okay. All that good stuff. Website. Homepage. You can pause the video at any point in time if you want to read this stuff. I'm just kind of going over it. I already read it personally myself, and I don't want to take too much time by reading it out loud for y'all. So go ahead and pause it if you like. The whole point of this is just so you can see the process. Not per se so you can read every little thing, whatever, you know what I mean? But you can see. Okay, so I did put the their chart of their offers, which is great. So the website will know to have that on there, which I'll be putting a picture on there anyway. Experience section. Okay, gallery section. Alright, so I'm gonna scroll past this stuff. It's just basically letting you know the footer. These are all things you just kind of want to go over. You want to read. Again, like I said, I already kind of read over this. But you want to make sure it is what you want. If not, you can always ask ChatGPT. They'll fix this. Or I want to do this. See, it's got even the SEO keywords in there to make for the site. That's something I didn't tell it to do, which I need to actually add a little bit more of in there. Like, hey, make sure you sprinkle some more SEO in there. But it's got it. Right? So those keywords are going to be sprinkled around throughout the website. Another thing you could do to help the SEO is take some time to have ChatGPT or dig up yourself the keywords you need for this particular niche, whatever it is that you're building the website for, and then incorporate those in the website. Right? But that could be on another video. Anyway, okay. So it did build the prompt. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Build me the what? Master prompt and add more SEO to the site why? Oh, give me the NTH. The prompt. Jesus. And code. Alright. So, I'm going to have it create the code. Be back when it's finished. Okie dokie dokie. As you can see, the prompt is completely made. It's usually a really long prompt. As I said before, I like to give as much detail, even though it may not seem like it. That's plenty of detail. I like to give as much information as I need to ChatGPT, so that when it creates the prompt, it's not making like, giving me one or two things and then I gotta, because remember, Lovable runs on credits. Now if you use something like Google Studios, that's free, okay? In my personal opinion, I don't like the way, maybe I'm just not that good at it yet. I didn't like the way my website looked when I created one on there. It looks a lot more templated, which is not. It does generate it based off your command, but it just didn't look that good to me. With working time, I'm sure you can make them look better. But then it's a little bit more tedious to get off. After you make Google the website on there, you got to use like something else to pull the website off or to like have access to it. It's quick. With Lovable, as soon as you make it, you get somebody to link and bam, they got it. So anyway, with that being said, credits. You want to, if you're using the Google Studios, you don't have to worry about credits. You can just give it one command at a time and be done with it. Whatever, how long it takes. With this, you are using credits, so you have a resource. So you don't want to burn through them all and trying to make one website. With that being said, you try and get as much as you can in the initial prompt. The very first master prompts you can. You try and pack as much in there as you possibly can, and then you can tweak as you go. Okay, this is the prompt. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Then we're going to go ahead and pop on over here to Lovable. Boop. Okay. And then we put that prompt in there. Now, of course, doing all this on the computer is a little bit easier. Only reason I'm doing it on the phone is because recording everything on the phone is almost easier. But if I use certain software on my computer, it runs kind of slower. Even if I use something like Loom or whatever, Zoom, anything like that, it just records way slower. The computer moves way slower, and it's super annoying. Okay, I just rather do it on the phone right now. But once I get a better computer, then that'll be a way more better option. As you remember the other websites I made. All right, so everything's there. Don't make the same mistake I made the first time I made the website. Make sure you attach some files already. Okay, you want to get in here, attach the corresponding pictures. I know I did this last time and I was like, whatever. Boop, here you go. I was, tripping, wasn't paying attention. And, yeah. Now, I could add the rest of the photos. I will add the rest of the photos. But what I want is, because that one's not labeled, I want, oh, you know what? Nope. Let me take that off. We need to make that background not white. I could leave it white, but again, remember I told y'all before, that border will show up if I leave it like that, right? Like, so imagine, I did the clear background. I know I got some other websites where you can see, or even like on my actual personal website. Let me see. All right, so as you can see on my personal website, right there in the top corner, you see how the top left corner, you see how I got my logo, but you see how you can see the border around the logo, right? That's because that's not the transparent version. Now, if I did a transparent version of that logo and put it there, you would just see the logo actually placed on the back wall. I kind of like the box. I won't even pause that because it's got the little glow around it, but that's not normally how I would do it. Although I did make, this is like one of the first websites I made, my personal website, shameless plug and all, not too crazy, just a couple of videos and things like that. All right, no, but and then I got the Omnipresence voice thing there, talk to you. Anyway, just to show y'all what I meant. You don't want the background to be like that with the logo. It'll do that. So if that background was white, it would be white. You don't want that. You want that to be flush with the background. So we're going to do that now. Okie dokie. So, as you can see, I posted the logo. I said, give me a transparent version of this logo to use for the website. Post it here when you finish so I can inspect it. Boop. Now, the reason I said that is because sometimes ChatGPT will give you the logo in a link form and it'll say download. You'll click the download and it won't download it. You'll be like, oh, file no longer available. Super annoying. So I just always tell it to make sure I can see it so I can inspect it, because if I do see it and it's correct, also you can't tell if it's correct. Once I'm able to see that it's correct, then I'll just go ahead and download it from there. I will say there's a lot of thumbnail makers. Like my brother has a website called Viral. And you can make thumbnails on there. It's pretty dope. He's been improving it. It's been pretty dope. I think it's Virule. But yeah, it's pretty sick. It's nice. I'll leave the link in the description for that website if you want to check it out. It's actually not just a thumbnail maker. It's kind of a tool for, it's a multi-tool. But mostly you're going to use it for like finding different types of like what's called viral videos on YouTube, right? So if you're looking for a certain type of video in a niche, you go into viral and you look that up, right? You can specify what you're looking for and it'll pop up all the videos that pertain to that. It's very, very, very useful and cool, unique tool. And yeah, but my whole purpose of bringing it up is because he has a thumbnail maker on that site. And my point of saying that is ChatGPT has been making some really cool thumbnails for me lately. That's like, for me, like it has one in particular that I love. I'm gonna be using it for like going theme. All right. So anyway, I digress. So as you see, the logo here is clear background. That's what we want. Save. Hopefully it actually saved as a logo. Even better. Alright, now we're going to come back over here to Lovable. And we got everything else in there. Hit attach, file. Boop. Alright, put that in there. That's the logo. And then we can just say, what the hell? Attached is the logo for the company. Put it wherever a logo should go and make sure it's big and visible. All right, boop, build. Now we wait. All right, moment of truth. Let's check the website. Wait, hold on. And boom, bam! It says an app encountered an error. Trying to fix. We'll fix it later. But look at this. I didn't even tell it to do this. This is the cool part. It's got a slider, so it learns you. It starts to learn you, which is scary. But the different things that I usually do for the websites is like it learned. As you can see, you see how the logo up top has no background. Now when you go up, it's white, and it would be white like that normally. But if I left that background the way it was, it would just be a white square up there. We don't want that. What that fine ass Italian chick that be making pizzas say? We don't want that. I forget her name, but she hella bad. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so I gotta change that 5 bikes. They got 6. Upon investigation, I seen that they actually had 6 bikes. They could have more, but I seen 6 in the picture. So I'll at least say 6. Now, these pictures are AI generated. These aren't the ones that I will be using. I have plenty of pictures to actually put. These bikes are actually accurate. They look like this, but a little bit different color because of their actual site or because of their actual brand. So, you know, all this stuff, rental price. This I love. Now, I ain't gonna act like I've seen the website on the computer, right? Because when I do things on the phone, mobilely, I can see it on my computer as well. Okay. So I actually went on the computer and looked at the site, and it looks good on the computer, y'all. It looks good. But you can book. You got the WhatsApp. Boop. Hey, hey. All right. And let's see. You got the book now. Now the book now would probably have to lead to like something for them, like so they can get paid. I'll have to discuss that with the actual owners. But this is some little key points. That's good. And then like a little gallery. I'll put the actual pictures. Like I said, that stuff is AI generated. Explore Coronado like a local. Blah, 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 blah. Right along the beach. Do all this good stuff. Right, you got the WhatsApp down there at the very bottom. Now this is what's dope to me too. I didn't ask it to do this. I don't even know if that's the right number. I think that's the number. I'm gonna check. Yeah, I think that's the number. I didn't put it in there, y'all. I didn't even have to put the number in there. Usually I get the information. It's like it got all the stuff out of my phone or something. Which, like, again, is scary as fuck. Or at least anything that might be online that they have or something. Alright, got the gallery, the pricing, the FAQ. That's their WhatsApp, so I'm assuming that is their number. Now check this out. Instagram. Come on, baby. Come on, your boy ain't no joke, man. Your boy ain't no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? Your boy be out here doing the work. Alright. So, beautiful thing is, most of the good stuff. Oh, you know what? It even had, I don't know if I said it, but I don't know if I really showed it. Okay, it's got the slider even. Boop. I love how it's got the flag. So, you know, it's in Espanol. Idioma, and then boop in English. Wow. Alright, got the about, the bikes, blah blah blah, contacts. I think I even seen contact. Excuse me, I need to make it to where when you click the tabs, it goes directly there. It's not doing that. The contact's down here, but you know what? It has the navigation on the contact. Okay, right. There we go. Okay, so it's got this too. I was about to say, on the computer, I had the maps. I didn't even actually ask for that. It just popped up. Nuevo Gorgona. I believe that's where it's at. Gorgona is close. I believe that is where it's at. I'm gonna get the actual address though, just to make sure. But yeah, as you can see, that one prompt got all that stuff done. All of that. One prompt. I think I used like 3 credits. No, maybe I used like 3 credits, like in total for all of this. 3. That's hella dope. Like for the whole website, I could probably use 10 credits in total and be done with the whole website. Maybe like 15. But anyway, so now what we want to do is we want to add the picture that's belonging. Alright, so actually before I add the rest of the pictures, I'm going to add this video here as a gallery background for the homepage. You know, that's one of my trademarks. I love moving gallery backgrounds for like a homepage. So let's get that going and let's see what it looks like when it's done. Alright, let's see if it's finished. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now the video, I didn't speed it up. That's actually the way they made the video. I could slow it down, actually. But fuck it, I kinda like it. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Let's lock that in, publish. And then we'll look at it on the main computer here. Alright, so I got that done. And let's check the website. Got the background going. Got the other pictures. Oh, I replaced the pictures and the number of bikes on the site. Pictures looking good. Pictures looking good. Okay. Now, I want to get the actual accurate address, and I want to get the Facebook page connected and actually make the icons work. And put some more pictures on there. So let me do that. I made sure it was optimized mobilely. I was optimized for mobile, whatever. Because it wasn't at first. There was some issues with the UI, and it was a couple of things that I kind of cleaned up off camera. Some of these prompts you can see. I didn't want to bore you out with that stuff, but right now what I have it doing is I wanted to create not a CRM, I don't think, but more like a calendar that the owner or an admin could access on the site, to where basically if someone books online, the dates will show. If the dates are already taken, they can't book those dates, right? Something that the person can see and that the admin can put in, or the owner could put in manually as well. Let's say they get a call and they're like, hey buddy, let me book on this day. And they're like, all right, cool, I got you set. Well, if they didn't order through the website, they still need to be able to see those dates. So it's something they could put on there. That's something that I felt like the site would need itself. I didn't say this, but at the end of the video, I'm going to, maybe in the beginning, it depends on how I want to do it, I'm going to put footage of me reaching out to the customer. Can I call them a customer? Because they ain't technically buy it. Anywho, to the person that is receiving this website, I'm going to be messaging them. I'm going to message the website out to them, and I'm going to record the messages back from them on what they say. So you'll get to see firsthand how people react to these websites. But let me finish this right here and I'll be back. All right. So as you can see, we scroll on down and ta-da, voila. Yeah, got it going. So obviously today's the 5th, and you can pick which day on. Pretty dope, right? Okay. Then it got a little thing here, your name, phone, WhatsApp, email, optional, number of bikes, request booking. I need to make sure that's set to go to the email. If I have their email, I gotta make sure I got their email. So I need to make sure I get their email that I want, that they want to use. I'll get that. Oh yeah, I need to do these icons down here. All right, so I created an admin portal. I just got everything set up. I made sure that, it's not visible here. Oh, wait, shit. It is visible here. Okay, I got an admin portal. I had to erase the previous footage because it was visible there. But basically, they should be able to log into their website, just them. No one else needs to be able to do so. And this will allow them to change the availability on the actual calendar, make changes to it or whatnot, add to it. And also there's a tab for bookings. So I should have it to where the bookings, anybody who books online, any of the availabilities that would just, pop up on there, it would have the customer name and all that information and stuff. So that I will show here in just a moment. Actually, I should probably test it, huh? Okay. So what I just did was I had the email linked to the website for the main email. And then also I had that any orders with bookings directly from the website should go to the bookings tab in the admin section with all the customers' information, so that if whoever orders anything, they can see exactly what's on the what they ordered, who ordered it, what time, and all that stuff. So it's not just on the calendar, it's also a little tab there. I'll show that here in just a moment. So this website is actually giving me a little bit of issues, but it's not something that can't be taken care of. This is the last step actually that I should have to do. I think everything else is about done. And honestly, this is a step further than I usually would take, but I don't know. Once I get to working on something, it's kind of hard for me to stop. So even though it's a free website, I still do my best. So if this issue can fix, I'll be able to show y'all the admin portal. I'll be able to show you the false booking that I did for the test. And other than that, it should be all good to go. So final finishing touches. I got everything done. I had to do some of the stuff off screen, kind of a headache, but let me see. So you got everything here. You got everything. Oh, you know what? The About You page. I didn't add an about you page. I'm gonna do that real quick, but y'all don't need to see that. It's just an about you page. I'm gonna add that real quick on here. It's gonna be a picture of them, the little couple that run the company. And I'm going to, if you haven't seen already, I'm gonna make sure I put their reaction on here as well. But you got to checking up the availability. This all actually works when you log into the admin portal. So excuse me. So let's say, right. Bam, you hit the request booking, it'll show up. Booking requested. All this good stuff. All that stuff works. You already seen me click that. And then the admin portal, when you click that, it'll actually take you. Let me see, hold on. Let me see if I can actually show you. Alright, so in the admin portal, see John test, did a little test, and then me, I did it a couple times just to see. And bam, pending, because they aren't paid for. So there you go, done and done. If you've learned something from this, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. And I'll be putting more videos like this up pretty soon. I got another one for another company that I talked to at the place, the Thursday market. I got a bunch of companies I'm supposed to be working for, or should I say building for. But one in particular has already sent me their information, so I'm gonna start theirs next. All right, y'all. Well, hopefully everything's satisfactory. If you got any questions, make sure you leave the comments down below, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.